You've been taught a lot of things, but how many of them are actually holding you back? Some beliefs feel like unshakable truths, when in reality, they're just outdated ideas you've absorbed over time. Unlearning starts with recognizing that many of the thoughts shaping your decisions aren't necessarily true or useful. They're just familiar. Over time, we absorb ideas from our environment, upbringing, and experiences, often without questioning whether they serve us. These ingrained patterns can limit our potential and keep us stuck in cycles that don't align with who we want to become. The first step is identifying limiting beliefs. Pinpoint the thoughts that keep you stuck and asking yourself if they're genuinely accurate or just deeply ingrained. Often, we internalize negative narratives from past failures or criticism, and they become self-fulfilling prophecies. The more we repeat them, the more they solidify as part of our identity, even when they no longer reflect reality. Once you've identified beliefs that hold you back, question where they came from. Many habits and mindsets are shaped by past experiences, societal expectations, or outdated advice. If you grew up in an environment where risk-taking was discouraged, you might hesitate to pursue ambitious goals because you've been conditioned to prioritize safety over growth. If you've been told repeatedly that you're not good at something, you might have accepted it as fact without ever testing its validity. These beliefs often originate from well-meaning people, teachers, parents, or mentors who unintentionally pass down limiting ideas. Recognizing the origins of these beliefs helps you detach from them and see them for what they are, mental constructs rather than absolute truths. Unlearning isn't just about removing old beliefs. It's about replacing them with new, empowering ones. If you spent years believing that you're not disciplined, simply rejecting that idea isn't enough. You need to actively cultivate a new mindset. Instead of saying, "I'm not disciplined," shift to, "I can build discipline through small, consistent actions." This reframing turns a fixed belief into a growth-oriented perspective. The key is to replace limiting thoughts with ones that encourage progress. If you've always thought, "I'm bad at public speaking," start telling yourself, "I can improve my speaking skills with practice." The brain adapts to what you tell it. So instead of reinforcing doubts, start reinforcing possibility. Exposure to new perspectives is another crucial part of unlearning. If you only engage with ideas that reinforce your existing beliefs, you'll never challenge them. Reading books, listening to podcasts, and having conversations with people who think differently can expand your understanding and introduce alternative ways of thinking. Growth happens when you step outside your comfort zone and allow yourself to be challenged. If you've always believed that success requires suffering, learning from people who have achieved success through balance and joy can shift your mindset. Surrounding yourself with diverse perspectives helps you break free from rigid thinking and opens up new possibilities. The more you expose yourself to new ideas, the more you realize how many options truly exist. Taking action is the final and most important step in unlearning. It's one thing to recognize limiting beliefs and replace them with new ones, but real change happens when you reinforce those beliefs through action. If you're unlearning self-doubt, practice confidence-building behaviors daily. Speak up in meetings, take on challenges, and celebrate small wins. If you're unlearning perfectionism, start embracing perfection by intentionally sharing work before it feels perfect. Action solidifies new beliefs and rewires your brain to operate differently. The more you act in alignment with your new mindset, the more it becomes second nature. Unlearning is a continuous process. But once you start, you'll realize how much mental space opens up for new possibilities. The things that once held you back will lose their grip, and you'll step into a version of yourself that is more adaptable, confident, and capable. The things you believed about yourself will evolve, and suddenly, all the limitations that once felt permanent will start to dissolve. Subscribe for more.